Email. You're not cringing again, are you? Let's take a look at a few of the pros and cons of email, and so you'll get a better understanding of why we do what we do with email and some challenges that you may have that can make your life a lot easier. So let's take a look at the pros, positives of email first, and then we'll take a look at the cons in another section here. So one of the biggest pros, I think, of an email, or being able to send an email, is it's a private message that's between the sender and the receiver. It's just between you and I, unless you forward it into everyone else, or the entire class, or the entire company. It can be just a private message. It can reduce anxiety that a student may have about approaching their faculty member. Believe it or not, some students are a little nervous about calling or walking up to a teacher. Think about when you were in school, that anxiety you had. So an email is kind of a passive-aggressive way, if you will, to get in contact with your faculty member. It's real quick. It allows a quick response time. Unlike a phone call, you have to call back or you have to check your voicemail. Boom, you can quickly respond back. So that's a great thing. If you do it correctly, it's easy to organize and it's easy to monitor. And that could, if you don't do it right, it could be a negative. But if you do it correctly, and it's pretty easy to organize and it's pretty easy to monitor. These days you can do it on your cell phone, you can do it on your laptop, you can do it on your desktop, you can do it on different websites, Outlook. You know, there's plenty of different ways to manage it. And it's pretty easy to use. I mean, I think most of us know how to use email, and granted, there's ways to make it more efficient, more effective, but it's pretty simple to use. I think for the most part, we all have an email address, and we all know, how to use it. It's one of those old sayings: if my grandpa or my grandma or my dad has it, you know that it's pretty easy to use. So, and you can use it as a teacher as a way to motivate students. Maybe students that aren't getting involved. So you don't have to call them out in front of a class like in a discussion area. You can kind of send them a nice email. Hey, Bobby or Sally, I see that you're not participating. What's going on? Maybe that's an outreach to another issue that they're having. Could be a personal issue. Could be just an academic issue. You never know. And one thing that I think is very important, at least when it comes to teaching, is that it helps improve the student's writing ability. The more they write, the better they're going to get. And you see, one thing that I've noticed in online education is that some of the writing abilities of the students is not up to par of what maybe you and I had to go through when we were in school. Now, I also think that sometimes I'm an English teacher instead of a criminal justice teacher, in which I am, I guess, at some points. But you have to do something. Practice makes perfect, to get good at it. And this really allows the students to write more, and you can model and show them how to, when I talk about being a role model, you can show them some of the right ways to do it. So these are just a few of the pros that I see about emails. There's many, many more, and we'll get into how to manage those in other videos and things that you can do to make your life a lot easier when dealing with tons and tons of emails. But those are just a few of the good positive things. So.